Hey Hannah, thanks for joining us this morning.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
I think your story is going to help a lot of people. Can you just take us through what exactly happened to you?
I'd been working as an actor for about 10 years, and I had been playing a lot of pretty emotionally intense roles, from my role as Cassie in Skins through Game of Thrones, where I played Gilly. I always was tending to play these kind of quite traumatic roles and dealing with very heavy material on set. And that sort of came to, I guess, a bit of a peak when I was working on Detroit, and I really, really struggled. I decided to go and see an energy healer. It sort of transformed everything for me. It really changed my path that I was on.
I think about the craft of acting and what actors go through. You could be very vulnerable on set. You're very malleable in different situations. Do you think somehow that made you more susceptible to these people?
Yeah, I do think that the fact that I was an actor is an important element of this story. I was so used to investing in fantasy. And also when you're an actor, you do what you're told to do. And so I think I was used to slightly giving away my power to someone else.
You talk about having to do more courses, having to put out more money while you do those courses. All the time you're saying to the reader, don't worry, it's going to get a lot worse. And did you realize that at the time?
I had these moments of doubt and skepticism because I was taking these classes with this organization. I was being given huge amounts of information, some of which was quite out there. But there was enough that felt good that it was easy to put my doubts to the side. And then there was definitely a tipping point for me a few days before I ended up having this real breakdown, where I did stop having doubts and I stopped being able to rationalize any of it.
Gosh, it's such a harrowing moment that you go through. But then when you're in the hospital after your psychotic break, they're still texting you, they're still messaging you. There are no boundaries.
They had a very different explanation for what had happened to me and why I had this breakdown. You know, I was told I had had a psychotic break by the consultants, by the psychiatrists in the hospital. But I was also texting with the leader of this organization being told that it had all happened because I was possessed by a demon. And they performed an exorcism on me before they called an ambulance.
Are you skeptical now of how prevalent wellness is in society and the rabbit holes it can take people down?
I am very skeptical, yes. I think it's because it seems to me to be motivated by this idea that we should all be trying to perfect ourselves. This kind of always be optimizing mentality I find quite questionable. I feel with a lot of wellness culture, it is this kind of like encouragement to always do it to the max.
When you put a book out like this, it can have a huge impact on people you don't even know. Are you hearing their stories?
Yeah, I think people do, if they've had a similar experience in one way or another, they do want to tell me. And I've had, kind of friends reach out who I didn't know had experienced psychosis, who have chosen to disclose that to me based on reading the book. And it's a lot more common, I think, these kind of extreme states of mental illness. We kind of say we've opened up this public conversation around mental health. We talk a lot about anxiety and depression. We don't really talk about psychosis. We don't talk about bipolar. We don't talk about schizophrenia. We don't talk about people being hospitalized. There's still a lot of stigma and taboo around talking about that. And so I'm kind of proud that even in a small way so far, the book has enabled people to be more open with me. And I hope that means they can be more open in general.
Thank you so much for talking to us this morning. I'm so glad you're okay.
Thank you so much.
It's an important conversation, I think, she's opened up there about mental illness and what we do and don't talk about because it feels safer. But also the book is really incredibly harrowing and incredibly detailed as well. But,
She makes a great point around the optimisation culture and how it's driving people to absolute burnout.
I think we're going to talk about that a little bit later on too. But Hannah's memoir, The Make Believe, is out now. It's not a light read, but it's a very important one.